Hey everybody! You know what? Me and this skirt and this top are not working. My waist is now up underneath my boobs. You gotten old when that happens. When there is no distinction between the two. Yeah. Hi everyone! Let's see who will be the first to come in tonight. Parker gonna make me get the stick on him. Why are my lips looking so? Let's see who's first. Hey, Tashana. You are the very first person. Oh my God, I'm looking like my grandma with my boobs sitting right up underneath my waist. What is going on tonight? I need a better bra or I need a waist. Which one is it? I'm gonna say a better bra. Hi, Keisha. How are you? Happy Friday. See if I can get some of this lightness out of here. What's going on? Is that gonna work? Okay, that's a little bit better. How is everybody tonight? It's Friday night and the feeling's right. Oh yeah. Oh, Tashana, you just be so sweet and so nice. That's all that is. Hey, Polly. Main man's in the backyard guarding our castle. Hey, Annabelle. I don't ever hear Annabelle. Never do I hear her in your videos. Is she just so sweet and quiet? So what's new, peeps? What's new in the highways and byways? Tashana, y'all have been getting horrible weather up there in Maryland, is it? And you know I love you, Tashana. Hey, Charlie. But I just want to know, would Charlie really eat a tofu burger if you wasn't cooking it? I just want to know that. Because if not, I'm with you, Charlie. I'm with you on the no tofu burger. Not that it looked bad. It did not look bad. But, yeah. Hey, Pam. So are y'all coming down this way since you're heading through West Virginia? Are you going up or down? Hello, Manuel. Hey, Recessionista. Parker's in the backyard guarding the castle like he normally is. He has to be on his job. Down headed to Kentucky. Ooh, y'all gonna be in some mountains. Shout out from Arlie. Where's Arlie, Manuel? Well, it's Memorial Day weekend, people. Who got plans? Who has plans? Oh, I'm going to do that in the morning. Mine isn't too bad. I cleaned it out. What? A couple of weeks ago? Maybe. Oh, gosh, it might be a month now. But I don't really go anywhere. Y'all know I work from home and stuff, so it pretty much stays clean. So, hi, Manuel. Everybody say hi to Manuel. But, yeah, my girlfriend got in it last weekend and put some dirt on the mats in the front. So, I'm going to go ahead and just take it and get it washed. The pollen has died down, so that's great. It doesn't look that bad. But I'm just taking it in the morning and go ahead and do the shebang and get it over with. I'm telling you what, these mosquitoes They don't play. All I did was I needed some cigarettes because y'all know I'm a drink tonight. And I walked from my back door to my car to my mailbox, which is probably 3 feet away, and back. And they tore this arm up. I mean, they was on me like white on rice. Oh, to a food truck competition tomorrow. We had a food truck. Not, I don't know if it's a competition, but we had the food truck thing. I think it was last weekend. Not that y'all can tell. I don't look like I miss no meals, so I don't. I mean, I've never gone. I heard it was really, really nice, but let me move this way so I don't have to keep looking. Like the way. You have to. Let me move this plant because I can't see. Diddly squat over here. No, I don't have O blood type. If I'm not mistaken, I'm B positive. Yeah, so but they love me. And y'all, I'm gonna make y'all laugh. This supposed to be one of them tops that's supposed to hold everything in. And the last time I wore it was last August. Me and my sister were on our way to Georgia, and I put it on underneath. You know how you can get like the overalls, but they're not out of overall material. And I was like, well, I'll just slide this on underneath because it's hot outside. Oh my gosh, this thing rolled up all the way up underneath my boobs. So the night when I put it on, I was like, oh, I could pull it all the way down over my stomach. Let me run to the gas station and get my cigarettes. I get out the car. This thing, you see where it is now. It done rolled all the way. I guess she has not lost enough of the gut yet to get it together. So y'all gonna be seeing this roll up all night, but I'm not going to find another top. So y'all will deal with it. You just have to deal with it. Yep, she has a gut. You have O negative? Well, unless it done change, as far as I know, I don't have O, but they do love me. I mean, I got them all on my back. I was going to sit outside because it's actually a very nice night outside. But, yeah. But I seen... Well, I want to ask this question. Have you all heard that you can spray Lysol in the backyard or wherever, and it's supposed to stop the mosquitoes? I've seen this come across on my shorts. I just want to know if it's true. Has anybody tried that yet? I don't even know why I'm sweating because I got the AC on. Have y'all heard of that? It's Lysol, not Lysol, I'm sorry. You know what? I ain't even had nothing to drink and I can't get it together. Listerine. That's what it was. They had Listerine. And so before I buy something, you know Listerine is not cheap. But they say the generic works too. But have you heard that you can spray the mouthwash and it's supposed to stop the mosquitoes? I think I'm going to get me some citronella plants too. I like those anyway. I hadn't heard that. Listerine works? Okay. And we are drinking the Lambrusco tonight. I had bought this last weekend and I hadn't drank this, so I figured I didn't feel like going to the liquor store. I'll go tomorrow. Plus, guys, I have worked literally at this point 62 to 64 hours this week already. Girl is tired. Oh, I wish it was 56 here. I'm gonna try that. Try that. Martin is in here? I didn't see Martin. Mosquito incense. I've never heard of those. Where can you get them from? Hi, Lynn. I didn't see Martina. Hey, Martina. I didn't see your name come across. You know, I'm busy gabbing. So, what's new this week? Let's see. I have been working so much that I don't know. Um, oh, see, well, we don't call them cicadas here, but we call them water bugs. But praise the Lord, I hadn't seen too many because I hate those. I eat a lot of garlic, but that don't seem to stop the mosquitoes from biting me. Oh, so really it's the eucalyptus oil. Well, I could just get that and spray it. I could spray it on me, really. Mosquito incense. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me look at my phone, but I'm using the phone. Okay. I have to check that. This skirt is just not working with me. It is looking, you know, how about we just take the top out? You know what? How about I just change clothes tonight? How about I do that? This outfit is not working. I was trying to just find something to put on real quick. And this, I don't know what possessed me to buy a ruffly skirt to put around his waist. It looked good in the store. Yeah, I like this. I like the smell of citronella. I like the plants, really. So tomorrow while I'm out, I might get me a couple. I normally have a couple in the house anyway, but I didn't get any this year so far. I know they're bad here, and they're so tiny you don't even see them. Now, it used to be we would have the big old fat ones, but these things are so tiny that they done bit you 4 or 5 times before you realize you done got bit. Hey, Chris. Is that Chris and Sandy or just Chris? Okay, so let's see. Did anybody go over there and watch that foolishness that I posted on my community page for y'all to watch? I think it was on the Art of Dialogue, yeah. And I'll watch the Art of Dialogue like if Gene, the bodyguard from P. Diddy, or the guy, somebody, Kenny P. or Kenny, somebody. He did, what was the show that Diddy had? The band show? He was one of the guys from there. I just like how he interviewed. Parker, come here. Oh, it's Chris and Sandy. Well, hello, Aussies. I was just watching somebody who was talking about they were in, oh shoot, now I forgot the name of the city. I can't think of the name of the city, but they were talking about how surrealistic and how beautiful it was that they were sitting on the beach when the sun set and how it looked like everything blended together, the sand, the water, and the sun setting. They were talking about how beautiful it was and they never seen anything like that. I think it was Brisbane before in their life and they never seen it again. And I was like, well, I'm just going to have to go to Australia and see what that looks like. What is a flat earther? I have never heard of him. I have never heard of this guy, Lord Jamar, but I was flabbergasted when, only reason why I even clicked on it was because they were saying something about Diana Ross' daughter, the one that played in Girlfriends. Y'all know who I'm talking about. What's the girl name? Diana Ross' daughter that played in the show Girlfriends. Well, whatever her name is. He was saying something about her. And I was like, well, let me click and see what they're talking about. Because I don't often hear anything about her. And this is how stupid. You know, oh, believes the earth is flat. Really? He believes that in 2025. In 2025, he believes the earth is flat. And I thought he was an idiot anyway. Okay. Oh, well, she said she thought it was, I think it was Brisbane, but she wasn't sure of the city, so she could have been wrong. Tracy Ellis. Thank you, receptionista. How much of an idiot can you be in 2025 if you still believe the earth is flat? Okay. Hey, Scorpio Mama. Really, Chris? I have never heard of them. I'm gonna have to look that up now. Y'all got my mind. The sails are smooth and swimming up there tonight. Okay, so what the heck is a wig supporter? Y'all just got me all, I don't know nothing tonight. What's a wig supporter? I know he's an idiot. That's what I do know. He had the nerve, and this is what, maybe it's just me. We got Paulie and we got Chris, and I don't know if any of the other men are in the bushes or they're gonna come out. Okay, Receptionista, you just trying to do all kind of foolishness tonight because I don't even know what a 47 support. Oh, the president, number 47, is he the 47th? Oh, dang, I found another mosquito about. A 24-hour sun, which is impossible on a flat earth. You know what? Because they're idiots. They're idiots. I mean, you can literally now, we can see the shape of the earth. So why would, you know what? I can't. Oh my gosh. So, I only clicked in because he was talking about Tracy. And this is what I want to say, and maybe it's just me, but men who want to get on the YouTube streets, highways and byways, and talk about what women do and don't do and how we act and all that, if you're not a damn woman, shut the fuck up. How about that? Shut the fuck up. Because he's on there trying to tell us why Tracy date younger men. And he swears that women like Tracy's, I guess that might be me or any other woman who's older, date younger men is because men our age won't deal with our bullshit. They don't want a woman that talks. They don't want a woman, they don't want to hear about our careers or our accomplishments and goals and dreams and all that. They just want somebody that's going to listen to them, shut the hell up, and look cute. And I was just like, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I could not believe that. But the thing that got me is that he's not the only one. This group of men who think like this is growing and growing and growing and growing. And guess who he was using as his point of reference? Kevin Samuels, who, by the way, is no longer with us because of his own stupidity in doing stuff. You know why men like him want to date younger? It's because they're hoping they get a young woman who will deal with their bullcrap. But the thing is, I can tell you right now, oh, I might have to take this damn t-shirt off because it's getting on my nerves already. The only reason why a young woman would go out with him is if you got some of this. Otherwise, what's the purpose? An old woman don't want you. An old woman don't want no cantankerous old man that think he all that and he ain't. And he ain't got shit and he ain't got nothing to talk about. Oh my gosh. Thank you. And with no money and lying about his whole life. But all these people thought he was all that in a bag of chips. I can tell you right now, it's very simple why a lot of older women date younger men, and younger men like older women, And younger women like older men, and older men like younger women. It ain't complicated. It's not. For older women, we're pretty settled and, and have accomplished what we're going to accomplish or still doing it. And the older men can't do nothing for us. If your grandma ever said if you go out with old men, you'll get worms, she was right. So older women know this. So they go ahead and go with younger men. Why do you think people like Cher and Madonna and all that are with younger men? Yes, the broke Willy Wonka. Younger men like older women because it's not so much bullcrap. We kind of pretty much are drama free. We already done been through all the drama. We pretty peaceful. We just gonna chill and do what we want to do and let you hang around with us. Older men want somebody to believe their bullshit, so they figure they get a younger woman. The only reason why she listening to their bullshit is because they got some money to pay her for their time. Simple. Because see, he can't do nothing. She know he can't do nothing, so she got her a younger man too. She just go listen to the bullshit, let him pay her, and then she go spend it on the younger man. Simple, simple. So this foolishness that he talking about, it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. Hey, one man's wish. Hey, I'm through with you. I sent you a DM, which took me a minute how to figure out on Instagram, and I ain't heard shit back from you. What's up? I took time out of my day to do that, sir. Oh, hey, Lovecraft. Yeah, I just happened to see that today and threw that in there because I'm finding that there are so many men who mindsets about women is gone backwards. And it's not just older men. Because sometimes I'm holding a conversation with my son and he's in his 30s. And I'm just like, where did you get this crap from? Because you surely didn't get it from me. Oh, did you? Well, you go head on, Charlie, with your young self. I had never heard of him. I don't think I could do 2 hours of him. That little clip was 7 minutes, and I only got through about 3 minutes of it. He is, I sent it to, okay. I don't really know about Instagram and TikTok and DMs over there because I don't send messages, but I sent it to, I assume it was your message to your Instagram. You should have a message out there. Check and see. Or either I sent it to somebody else that got your name. I can't watch him. That man is an issue. But my question to you all, especially to the women, have you all noticed that the way men think about women has like gone back to past the 1950s, like the 1920s or the 1910s or something? It's almost like they're trying to push us back in the house being barefoot and pregnant and shutting the hell up. Have y'all noticed that? All right, Chris. I know it was Chris who watched it because I know Sandy did not watch no 2-hour debate with that guy. Oh. Okay, I heard of the group, but I can't remember what music they had. Is that when they thought America was great? Because my thing is, now these are the same men, mind you, who are saying, what are you bringing to the table? So now, you don't want us to say nothing. We ain't supposed to have no dreams and goals or talk about that. We're supposed to just listen to your bullshit all day. And you don't really want us out here in the workforce competing against you. So that means you're going to take care of us. You're going to go back to taking care of us. Is that what you're saying? And whooping our ass and keeping us pregnant and all that foolishness. Thank you, Recessionista. That's what I'm saying. You want what the men of that time had, but you're not doing what the men of that time had, and even the women of that time didn't like it. They just didn't have a choice because at that time they wasn't able to get the same education they can get now, or the same jobs, or have the freedom that they have now. Oh, I saw that, Martina. They swear she's a gold digger. Well, if she is, it's his gold to give. You know what I'm saying? Parker, get in here. Come on. I've heard about the red pill, which I think is stupid. But my thing is this. If you made the money, it's your money, right? If you made it and you want to waste it on a 24-year-old, it's your money to waste. You know what? This is my thing. You tell me one successful man who made it on his own by himself. You can't, because every last one of them came from their mama. So had it not been for the woman that birthed them here, they wouldn't even became the man that they became. So you can't get rid of us. And I have friends who got mad at me when I said this. Literally today, if women wanted to, we could, and I know this may sound a little gross to y'all, but we could literally milk the men for their sperm, freeze it, and we could still go on without men. We could just take the sperm from them and we could reproduce and have a whole world of just women. And when baby boys are, born, we raise them to a certain age and then take their sperm and kind of get rid of them. No offense, but men don't have the ability to do that. You still need a woman. Yeah. Though they're trying to make a fake enough womb, but you still need us to have a baby. I guess y'all can have some AI children though. Maybe that's why they're striving so hard to do AI, so they can get rid of us and have AI wives and AI children. But if you want the natural stuff, y'all still need us. Ohio Skitty Ritz. Never heard of you. And what are you trying to spell in my chat? Somebody go ahead and delete them. Because if they spelling what I think they spelling, delete Ohio. Thank you. Because if they spelling what I think they was trying to spell, people are, and see, that's an ignorant individual right there. Right there. Don't know who it is, but they ignorant. Parker, you're not going back out. Sorry guys, I'm trying to I was trying to have my door open and not let Mr. Parker out, so I have to put the flower pot in the way. Okay, so who did I send a message to? Is your picture a picture of it's a picture of a motorcycle. Go, isn't there 2 ways in your Instagram that you can get messages? If you go in where you can get messages, where you can see if somebody's following you, see if you have a message there, because that's where it went. Thank you. Everybody know he bought her, and he ain't doing nothing. You know what? People get mad because they want the money. That's what they need to say. Martina, we can take the sperm from them and then get rid of them. When they come of age to make sperm, we can just take the sperm and then, I'm just making a point that we could still reproduce without letting them live to an old ripe age. Yeah. It's just a hypothetical. It's not anything that I would actually do. But I'd be making a point. Oh, well, you didn't give me that as your name. And you're going to have to send that to me because I'm definitely not going to remember how to spell that. And oh, wait a minute. I do have a pen. You can freeze the eggs, Chris, but where you gonna put the egg at after you freeze it? Huh? How you gonna bring the baby into the world? What I'm saying is, after we take the sperm, we don't need y'all no more. What artificial womb? Tell me where they have birthed a live baby out of an artificial womb. Because I'd like to know. Thank you. They ain't done it yet. Chris, if they did that, we'd all know about it. They're trying it, but they have not been successful as of yet. Thank you, Lovecraft. Don't be mad, Chris. Don't hate. Y'all need us. And I'm not talking about, Ecuador 2019. I can't look it up on my phone right now. Illegally? Well, how you know about it? Now, they can start it in a test tube, but to get it to grow and go the full term, no, they have not. Because that still would have leaked out. But it ain't happened. It hadn't happened. Did y'all see when I was showing you guys like some of the channels that I watch that this guy Matt Cullen, and I know for some of you this is not for you, but as you all have learned from chit-chatting with me, I'm a person of knowledge. I like information. I'm an information person, so I got a whole lot of tidbits of stuff up here that nobody else probably cares about, maybe but me. So I watch some of everything. But he's a gay guy. He does a lot of his stuff on his channel dealing with gay men, gay women, transgender, stuff like that. But he had on there where it's a female now, but she went and got, I think the surgery was like, it was a ridiculous amount of money, 36 something. It was ridiculous, 360,000. It was a ridiculous amount of money. And when I watched it, child, if y'all had seen what her looked like for such an expensive coochie. But guess what they made it out of? That's what I didn't realize because I don't be really in this area searching. But they made her vagina out of her colon. They took a part of her colon and made her vagina out of that. And they said, okay, no, they took the colon. Because she was explaining the surgery she had. She said it's different. There's two different types of surgery. One, they can take the penis and flip it on the inside. Because we all start out, if you did not know, every baby starts out as a female. Here's your little, scientific stuff for tonight. Every baby starts out as a female. The difference is the clitoris grows into a penis for a male and it doesn't for the female. So most surgeries, they were taking the penis and inverting it back in to make it into a vagina hole, if you want to be a female. But they're now using part of your colon to do that. And they say it's supposed to be better because it feels more like a real vagina. Who knew? Who does this? Who sits around and says, ooh, let's cut off some of the colon and see if it feels like a vagina? Who does that? I just like to know who these people are. This stuff is fascinating to me because we always doing something we ain't got no business doing. I was just watching something. What animal is it that kills the male? She literally chokes him out after she gets pregnant. Oh, the octopus. The octopus. They got a documentary about octopuses on. I think it might be on Prime. It's either on Prime or Netflix. But yeah, the octopus kills the male after they mate. Well, Tashana, yeah, you know it was a man who did that one. Well, you know what? Apparently, it does not feel as good as a vagina, ma'am. The colon does. Hey, Arthur, did you see me whistle for you? I did not do a good job. Okay, I wouldn't want to. I don't know, Chris. No. Mm-mm. The Black Widow does. Praying mantis, bees, yes. We love you too, Arthur. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Oh, the colon, yeah. Girl, it ain't nothing but men sitting around thinking of this stuff because women are not. We have other things to do. Oh, otherwise they get eaten. I'm telling you, this world is crazy. Some of the stuff you can find on YouTube will blow your mind. I don't think there's anything you can think of that somebody has not put on YouTube. I'm serious. Sometimes I just sit around and think about crazy stuff and then see if I can find a YouTube video on it. And so far I have. So far I have. I think we should do that. I think that when we get a bad man and he cuts up and he lies and all that, we should just kill him. We should be able to kill him. What do y'all think? I vote yes. Thank you. Are they not? They are obsessed with us. That's because they don't understand us. Truly, they don't. Hey, Peaches. I mean, you know. Murder was the case. It should be the law that if you're a lying, no dirty good man, the woman has a right to get rid of you. I wonder how many of them would tell the truth then. But they'd still be some liars. I was telling my sister or somebody, I said, if they told men that if they had sex with women, their penis would blow up, we would hear nothing but bombs going off all over our cities. I did see the one that he did with Giuliano and had him in there, got him good, messing around with that young girl. Giuliano tried to lie, say he knew that it was a skit, but it wasn't. He didn't know that. No, they don't. They couldn't have a period. I used to wish that for one day, just for 24 hours, I could turn into a man, that all females could be men and all men could be females, and see who lasts for 24 hours. Half the men would be dead. If they had to have a period and have a baby, that'd be it. That would be it. Can y'all name me 5 women politicians who have lost their position because they had an affair with a man? Just name me. Okay, name me three. Name me three. Oh, a toothache is worse than having a baby, girl. Ooh wee. A toothache will break you down. Get a bad tooth, it will break you down. I can tell you. I wish I could blame all this on having my son, but I can't. I actually got my shape back. This was just from stress and eating. Oh, menopause. Oh my gosh. We wouldn't be able to deal with them with menopause if they get a cold. Have you noticed that if you have a partner or you're married, you can have the flu and you still got to get the kids up and dressed for school, cook the food, go to work and all that. But if they get a cold, they can, or the flu, they can barely move. You got to doctor them all up and they all sick and they can't do nothing. Excuse me. Hi, Nightfall. Hey, she's done a good job because how many kids Erica got? Oh. uh, I can believe that. I can believe that, Chris. Everybody say hi to Nightfall. We ain't seen you in a while. Where you been? Parker, you want to say hi since you want to keep getting up here? Come say hi to the posse. Say, I need a haircut. My mom needs to take me to get a haircut. Say hi. Say hi to the posse. Say hello. Look up here. Say hello. Look. Hey, menopause ain't no joke, let alone perimenopause. Okay, so you're saying that the women in the parliament are hiring male prostitutes, or the men in the parliament are hiring male prostitutes? That's what I thought. Y'all can't name me no women. I have yet to hear of a female politician who lost her position like men do running behind a man. We just don't do it. Nope. You can't. Oh, I have seen that. Oh my gosh, that is some of the funniest things when they were showing those where they have the belts that men can wear for labor pains. Oh my gosh, they were that and getting them waxed. Those are the funniest videos when they show getting a man like getting his chest waxed or something like that to see what women go through. They can't handle the pain. But those labor pain belts that they put on, oh my gosh, some men were literally crying. Okay, but did they lose their position? Because here in the United States, you got, I can name, what is it, Gary Hart, I think his name was Gary Hart, and the female. You can name politicians, you can name big time pastors, you can name, oh my gosh, teachers, doctors, lawyers. The list just goes on and on with men who have messed up their whole careers behind having sex with somebody. They can't deal with it. The life of a woman is hard, and yet we don't get credit. We do not get credit whatsoever. We should be getting paid more. We should have the positions. It's amazing to me, like India and places like that, and England can have females in leadership. Mexico, but we in the United States still afraid to have a female president. I don't understand it. Why they feel like we can't be in charge. We run households every day. We manage to have 4 and 5, 6 children and have 1 or 2 paychecks that we're making and still manage to feed all the children, clothe all of them, send them off to school, and they go off and become productive adults. Well, here, you might do it. Half of them haven't gotten in trouble, but there's a lot of them who have. Ooh wee. I had like about, let's see, I went to labor at 2 a.m. Saturday morning, and I didn't have my son till 12 noon on Monday. It was a long time in labor. All of it wasn't bad labor, but yeah, it was a long time being in labor. So my thing is, yeah. I don't know why when I get on here, my boobs look like I'm Dolly Parton and stuff. I'm just, this white t-shirt is not helping. It's looking saggy tonight. I am, why did I put this outfit on? What was wrong with me? No, I did not have quick deliveries, and I had 3 shots, 3 epidurals, and still my left side was numb like this, and the right side did not receive the epidural. Apparently, there's this thing called a hot pocket, a hot spot or something, that some women, you just don't get numb. And that's how I was. Yeah, I like Mexico's president. Yeah, I didn't cry. I was tired of the labor pains, but I didn't cry. But I tell you what, men cracked me up. After I seen that guy, I was just like, what is going on? What is going on with the men? And it's rubbing off on the young men. And I don't know why they always feel like we're their source of pain or something, like we're always trying to take something from them. Okay, Katie Hill from California, 2019, she resigned. Cynthia Hampton, Nevada, involvement with Mike Duvall scandal and resigned. Vicky Eisman, political lobbyist scandal of alleged affair with John McCain in 2000. I didn't know John McCain had an affair. Okay, so how come we ain't heard about these women? Well, I did it one time, and one time was enough for me. Well, I tell you what, yeah. But okay, so, but those were not, I haven't heard about any senators, representatives, presidents of other countries, even if we don't have a female here, just in a role of presidents. Well, they didn't get to be as big a scandal as the men's. That's what I'm gonna say. Like Bill Clinton and Monica. Yeah, my son was supposed to be over 10 pounds, but because he was late coming, I wasn't eating enough to sustain his weight at 10 pounds. So he was almost 10. He was like 9 something. I can't remember. But he was almost a 10-pound baby. Because matter of fact, when he came out, he couldn't even wear, I think he wore newborn clothes for maybe a week, if that. Thank you, Lovecraft, for finding them. Because I didn't hear about those. So thank you. All right, Chris, Sandy, is that both of y'all? I know it's early there. You guys have a wonderful Saturday. Or is it, yeah, Saturday, because we're Friday. Stop. That's how my son was. I don't even know if he wore newborn clothes. I'm trying to remember if he even fit them. Actually, they did a documentary on her. And I think she's a professor, if I'm not mistaken, but she's doing well. Yeah, I see that the House went ahead and passed it yesterday, and it was very close. One vote would have made them even. Two votes would have made it where they would have lost. But I think that they pressed some people. I think that they had some stuff on some people and pressed them. But the Senate already said that they don't have enough people to pass it, so he tripping. Y'all see he went over there and he's supposed to be making deals for the United States, and he done went over there and made it where he's opening up three new Trump hotels. Tell me, how is it that this man is getting away with stuff that nobody has ever gotten away with? What president have we ever had, even if they were still dabbling in their own business, did we see them go on what was supposed to be a presidential, I don't know, visit to another country and talk about the state of affairs between their country and our country, and they're over there making deals for their personal self, and he claims that he was doing it on his own personal time. Sir, you're president. You don't have personal time no more. You don't know who Anita Hill is? Anita Hill was the female that um oh my gosh, the Supreme Court Judge Thomas got taken to court for sexual harassment. He was in there talking about pubic hair on Coke cans and the size of his penis and all that. She was I don't know if she was his intern or his secretary or what, but she worked for Judge Thomas before he was on the Supreme Court. And of course, you see, they still let him get on the Supreme Court. But yeah, it was a big mess. They had a whole big trial behind it. Of course, they made her look horrible. But I give her props because she did that back in, was it the 70s? And it was extremely hard for her as an African American woman to go up against him, but she did. So she paved the way for a lot of other women to have the gumption to do that. Yeah. He was, we're not even going to discuss him because you see who he married. And she's part of the wig group, as y'all was talking about earlier. She did some things. Matter of fact, he's done some things because apparently he has a YouTube channel where he claims that he goes out and sleeps in his, he's like a van lifer part-time. Sleeps in his van camper thing in the Walmart parking lots and stuff too, like we really believe that. Yes, sir, yeah. He's full of shit, him and his wife. And he likes to get a lot of money and do stuff for people, favors, allegedly. He's in circles with people where, he uses his position to get stuff. No, I was talking about Clarence Thomas. Yeah, I seen that. Hey, Big Luxury. Yeah, that's what it was. uh, yeah, I saw that. Every week he does something so ridiculous that it makes us look like a laughing stock. So now we have all the other countries using his little antics when he had the president of, he was from Africa, South Africa, to come over here. And of course he has to do all this crap on TV when he pulls up the pictures and they're not even real. What he's talking about, it's like this man doesn't read, doesn't do his own study. It's just like anybody can tell him anything and he just believes it, and then he just comes out in the public and starts regurgitating it, and it's always wrong. It's some bullshit that Elon told him, and I guarantee those 250 people that they brought over here are friends of Elon's, that he owed probably something, and he brought them over here. There's no genocide of South Africa's white farmers. There just isn't. There's crime in South Africa where there's been a lot of people, including some white farmers, who got, but that's because of the crime. It didn't have anything to do with just because they were white farmers. My day was long. Like I was telling them, I have worked 62 hours, might be 64 hours this week. So it's been a long week. It's been a long week of work, and we've had a lot of work, and I figured I might as well get the OT. You notice that I don't think he's ever going to have a last day. He was just making so much of a spectacle, and people were talking about him so bad that they just, don't let us see him. He's still doing stuff. They just don't let us see him. Oh yeah, it has nothing to do with us. Do you think that any of the diversity training you get, any of the SA training you get, any of that, it's all to protect the company because they can get sued now. Before they could get sued, they didn't care nothing about that. And it still goes on. It still goes on every day. Somebody's getting SA at work, or SH, harassed at work, and they get away with it. Yeah, we done heard about the big beautiful bill that got passed in the House yesterday. I don't know how big and beautiful it is, but we can only pray that the Senate won't pass it. It passed in the House, it's now going to the Senate. The Senate is saying that they don't have enough votes to pass it, and then they want to revamp it. So it may have to go back to the House again for another vote. They're hoping it won't because it barely passed this time. So I hope that they'll get some balls and finally do their job. Yeah, I was watching on, Parker, why do you do this? Get down. You don't have anything to do with me until I get on this camera. It still goes on. It still goes on. Why do you think we got the Diddy case right now? And that thing has been crazy. That man put the F in freaky deaky. I'm sure he's not the only one doing this stuff, but I have never met a man that wanted to do the things that he wanted to do. You know what? I really want to hear from somebody. I did see this one guy who his mom and him lived with the Combs when he was younger. And he was saying that this foolishness was going on in the house. That's why he's the way he is. But I would really love to really find out what was going on in the Combs house when he was a child. Hey, Beverly. Yeah, I'll be praying for you, Martina. Oh no, golden showers was the least of it, girl. I don't know what, somebody was saying that his obsession with the baby oil might be because he was watching them old time corn movies and everybody was glistening and oiled up, and that might be his obsession with that. But I think, to be honest, I really think that the things he's acting out in his adult life were things that he either saw or experienced as a child. Well, because they're saying that they were the head and everybody else did what they told them to do because they worked for them or they were in a position of power or they had something on them. And so because they were the head one in charge, you the one up on trial. They still have a weird relationship. You know what? Miss Thing used to be real looking young and fine, but since this trial came, she walking like she 82. She ain't wearing them heels like she normally do. She was looking old the other day coming about that out that courtroom. Oh, they were doing it to everybody, you know. But the thing is, this thing is bigger than Diddy. It's not gonna stop because Diddy on trial. Because you got people over Diddy that's doing this stuff. You know, it was done to him on some level. That's how he got to where he was at. Yes, with her old butt. But then Diana Ross was at some of the freak offs. Uh, yeah, what's up with her on the walker? Nobody said why she was on the walker. Thank you, Lovecraft. And if there's something you want to talk about, put it in the chat. We'll get to it. You know what? I wish Oprah and Gail would just come out and say that they love us. I think they're going to take this lie to the grave. Well, we already know that Mary J was one of them. Little Kim has said she's been a part of some of this foolishness. I think anybody that dealt with him and got record deals on some level had to do something because everybody says you didn't get nothing for free from him. You was going to have to give up something to get what you wanted. You would only get to go so far, and then at that point you had to pay the piper. What is the Amber Rose? Where she came from? What did she do? What? You know, like I can look at, you know who I'm very proud of? Black China, Angela White. You know, she came from being a stripper to coming to Hollywood, coming out there, being, I guess, an influencer and all that. But I think the other day she showed where she's been, her sobriety has been for like 3 years, I want to say. Mother's Day. She put out there that she hadn't had a drink and all that stuff. And she's a beautiful young woman. She's engaged to a handsome young man. I mean, she's doing that thing. And I'm like, what is Amber Rose? What? Because she's not an influencer of what? Because now, you know, she's part of the Cheetah group. Well, she done left them to be over there with the Cheetah group. All right, Martin, now have a good day at work tomorrow. My thing is this, it's not about her being innocent. Why should she be on trial for whether she was innocent in doing what she did? The thing is, she's there because he had the power and he was in a position to hurl that power over her. When he met her, she was 19. Now, mind you now, if they try to make it seem like this young girl didn't have it going on. When he met her, she was already doing music. She was a model. She was making over $1 million a year modeling. She had her own place in New York City when he met her. So it wasn't like she was some gold digger. She didn't even drink when he met her. You only could think back to how much you knew at that age, and you meeting a man that was 17 years your senior, who love bombed you, because she said things didn't change in their relationship until after about a year and a half. And because of her mindset as a young woman, she started out doing this stuff because she wanted to please him, because she wanted to be the main woman. Because mind you now, he always used that crap about having all the other women. So she's trying to compete with Kim. She's trying to compete with that other girl that was younger than her, the one that refuses to testify. Gina. She was even younger than her. So she's trying to compete with all these women to get this man's attention because she done fell in love with him. And so she did all that stuff in the beginning to make him happy. But what she ended up being really was his hoe, his sex slave. She even said during her testimony that at the end she realized that she was getting paid to do the freak offs, because she made enough. He gave her a 10-album deal. She made enough music for 10 albums, but he never put out but one album. And that one song did really well. It was all about control. No, they put their house up to pay him the $20,000, but a week later he gave them the money back. I mean, we all try to make it seem like you can go by your wisdom that you have now and say you wouldn't do that. But we're talking about back when you were an extremely young woman and didn't know what you know now. And you're dealing with a manipulative man with money. All the women say they like the lifestyle. All the women say they like being on the yachts and meeting the celebrities and eating the great food and wearing the expensive clothes and walking the red carpet and all that. Of course they did. They were young women in the business. And he hung that over their head. These are women who wanted to be singers and rappers and all this stuff. And they say she ain't even told half of what was going on. You think he paid her $20 million for nothing? Okay. What he did in his house, and see, this is the difference, and this is what kind of makes me mad, because people act like they don't know how to separate this stuff out. Even at 62, if I'm with some guy that's a freak like him and I choose to do this 100 times, I want to do 100 freak offs with I don't care how many men to make you happy, and I said I enjoyed it, okay. But if on the 101st time I say I don't want to do it, that's where we have the issue. You can't force me to do it. You can't lock me in the house. You can't beat me down. You can't, try to blackmail me because you take me and all this stuff. People seem to forget that people have the right to say no. The issue comes up when he was forcing her to do stuff that she didn't want to do. And even when she tried to leave him, can you imagine being 21 and the man who has been beating the tar out of you, and you're tired of doing the freaky stuff now because you realize he really don't love you and he gonna continue having a whole bunch of women and all that. You can't leave because he comes and busts down your door and have people forcibly bring you out, or he blowing up cars of the men that you are trying to go out with. Anytime you try to leave, it's all about, violence. Everybody act like they can't see the big picture of this. He has this thing that he was in charge. And everybody, and this one guy said it, he's like, he didn't care if you were the janitor to the president of Bad Boys. If he said do it, everybody jumped and did it. He talked to everybody shitty. He treated everybody bad. I mean, hell, the damn chef was getting the beat down by him. The assistants was getting the beat down by him. I mean, he was an equal opportunity ass whooper. We can say that. Thank you. I mean, him and Kim weren't even supposed to be together, but we come to find out that the assistant was still renting hotel rooms for her and him. Because even she said in the book that they claimed wasn't hers, but it was her notes, that she didn't want to, but he would just force his way in and still expected everybody to do what the hell he said do. No, Beverly, they're saying it was his assistant Capricorn who's supposed to testify this week coming up. Apparently, Capricorn knew that Cassie was dating Kid Cudi. Now, mind you, her and Sean weren't together at the time. They were broke up. So he was doing whatever he wanted to do. They were broke up. She started dating Kid Cudi. Well, the assistant knew about it. He got mad at the assistant because she didn't tell him. So when he went up there to have the car blown up, he took him and one of his bodyguards to this young lady's house and forcibly brought her out of her home, put her in his car by gunpoint, and took her over to Kid Cudi's house. And she had called Cassie to tell her and him that they were on their way over there. What they're trying to, well, what they think, allegedly, is that it was her DNA that was on the car, because that was his way of getting back at her for not telling him that the two of them were together, was by making her have her DNA on the car so that if something went down, she would be the one being accused of it. He's always trying to put people in positions where it's going to do harm to them, or he can hold it over your head to keep you doing what he wants you to do. He would only have one time to have to hit me, and that's a wrap. And it's amazing to me that these young assistants had enough gumption to say, I can't stay here. I maybe can't stop you from whipping that woman's butt, and I can't force her to leave you. But I'm not going to stay here working with you and watching you do this to this female. But you got all these big ass bodyguards who worked for him for years and did nothing. And what was the one name, Uncle Somebody, who's no longer with us after he decided he was going to tell all of it? He got sick and was in the hospital, and now he's no longer here. Beverly, have you ever had a bad relationship where a guy threatened to beat you and maybe threatened to do something to your family or something? That's the type of man this was. It wasn't that she didn't leave, she had left him. But wherever she went, if he didn't harass her, he had his people to harass her. He had his people to harass her family. She didn't want no harm to come into her mom and daddy and her brother because of her getting in this bad relationship with him. It's not that she didn't try to leave. Where was she going to go that this man didn't have enough money to go find her? Where? Because she didn't have as much money as he had. He was a billionaire. So where could she go that he couldn't send somebody or make her think that he wasn't going to bother her and he would have got rid of her like he did so many other people? Because, you know, allegedly their bodies connected to him. And see, the thing is, it wasn't that he just threatened. She knew he had done stuff to people. And she probably knew that there were some people who were no longer with us that he did stuff to. Okay, what the heck was that just flew by here? So if you're with somebody, actually they say 7, Lovecraft, 7 to 8. But my thing is, if you're with a crazy person that's on drugs that you know has literally helped people leave here early, and you know a lot of the business and the information, you wouldn't be scared that even when you tried not to come back, he beating you so bad. This girl has long-term effects from being with this man. She has long-term damage done to her brain and stuff from the beatings and stuff that he gave her. And if you look and see how small she was back then when she was with him, there's a lot that goes into. I said I was going to do a video on abused women and why they go back, why they don't leave, and things like that. In the end, she left because she had the support of her husband. All that time that she had been with him, and all the men that she dated when they were broke up, none of them had the gumption to stand up to him. Her husband Alex is the only one that when he threatened to kill him and do whatever he was going to do to him, he still stood up and said that he was going to have her back. And I don't know why he didn't do anything to that young man. I don't know if it was because of his race and he felt that maybe he couldn't get away with killing a white boy and not go to jail. But he was the only one that stood up and had her back, which gave her support. Sometimes it just takes somebody to support you and say, hey, I got your back. But none of the other men she had been with would do that. They would just bow down to him. You know, even when Kid Cudi said that he called Kid Cudi to have a meeting with him after he broke into man's house, traumatized the dog, blew up the car and all that stuff, had him meet and wanted to know why was he messing with his woman even though they wasn't dating anymore. And when Kid Cudi asked him about his car, he said, what car? And Kid Cudi just let it go. When she was dating Michael B. Jordan, he gave him a phone call. You didn't see Michael B. Jordan ain't with her. And Lovecraft, I believe part of that had to do with the fact that she was not African American. I hate to say it, but as long as she was abusing us, it's okay. But because she finally got some lawyers, and I don't know who she who knew somebody and all that said that they were willing to go to bat for her, and she had a lot of people help her. She had her husband's support, her family support, other people who believed her, who paid the lawyers in the beginning, and helped her get the money together to be able to do this. Yeah. But look how long it even took her to do it. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Is there something to, do you think it's the money or the mindset? Do you think that if you became a billionaire tomorrow, would it change you as a person? And if so, in what way? Because we all would like to say that it's not going to change us, but it would change us on a certain level. Because with the money become different levels of power. So do you think that you are mentally and emotionally stable enough to handle being a billionaire? Yeah, she's messed up for the rest of her life from being with him. It's not enough money that they could pay her to get rid of all the memories, the physical damage, the emotional damage, mental damage. There's not enough money they could pay her to get rid of all that. She's going to have to live with all that for the rest of her life. And somebody said that today when I was listening to that guy. That's why I was watching The Art of Dialogue. He was saying that that's why you still don't have people come out and say more. Because of the fact that what happens if he gets off? And he was saying Cassie better watch out, because if he doesn't go to jail, or if he doesn't go long enough, he's going to get her back. At least he's going to attempt to. The security guard that came to the floor kept a copy. He said he made a copy to show his wife. He may pardon him. And lo and behold, if he does, Beverly, you ain't never said something to a man when you was dating him at the beginning of your relationship that you wouldn't want nobody else to read your text messages if there was text messages back in the day. Thank goodness we didn't have none. You ain't never said some crazy stuff even now to the man that you with that you wouldn't want everybody to be reading in a courtroom. She sued the hotel. She got $10 million. That's where the $30 million come from. Diddy paid her 20. The hotel paid her 10. I'm just trying to figure out. Y'all act like y'all ain't never said nothing to the person that you with that you wouldn't want the whole world to read or hear about. Because Lord, no, I wouldn't want some of my text messages out here in the courtrooms. That's what I'm saying. So now what if they took pieces of your text messages, because they don't take the whole conversation, they take bits and pieces, and then they throw it up in the courtroom and say this is what you were saying to make you look bad. So this girl was like 21, 22 years old. I say worse stuff than that, and I'm 62. Girl, please. Beverly, why is it that you can't understand that you can say something today and tomorrow, hey, Fit, you say no? It doesn't matter if it sounds like she was forced. That day that the text message went out, she might have felt like doing an FO. But the very next day, she might not have wanted to. Or when they were doing FOs for 2 and 3 and 4 days, she might have been okay on the first day, but day 3, 4, and 5, she might have been like, no, I'm tired. I don't want to do this stuff. I got sores in my mouth. My period is on, and all this other foolishness. This man had her doing FOs when her period was on. Is my audio messing up? I mean, we're only in the second week. It's supposed to go at least 8 weeks, they're saying. Thank you. I'm just trying to figure out why is everybody so hard on a woman who is only in her what? Is she in her 30s now? Or is she 28? Somewhere close to 30. Why? It's been buffering? I'm sorry, y'all. Nobody said it. It looks fine on my end. I'm just trying to figure out why is everybody so hard on what she said. Most people that have a partner have said some stuff in their texts to them that have been on a sexual note. Have you not? Or you might have sent some pictures. Have you ever sent a sexy picture to somebody? Would you want that to be up in the courtroom? No, she's not 40. She's in her, because they just broke up in, okay. So what I'm saying is, girl, I send pictures of myself. Would I want them up in the court if I had to go to court between me and a guy that I was in a relationship with, and they looked at some of our texts and some of our pictures? It would be a hot mess. It would be a hot mess. They have witness 2 coming up next week after Capricorn, the assistant, but she's a Jane Doe. And apparently she is somebody who was not a girlfriend, never tried to sue him, wasn't in the music business, and she's coming to tell her story simply because of what he did to her. I'm just trying, me and Beverly are having a discussion because she keeps trying to make it seem like because they had the text messages and the stuff she said to him. People say that to each other when they're in a relationship. You might say, yeah, baby, I can't wait till you get home. I'm going to do this, this, and this to you. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. And I mean, hey, peace. I mean, just like now, summertime is coming. And here it's getting warm. So, like, I seen a young lady in an outfit. Y'all know, like, the little pleated skirts are back out again. I think they're so cute. But this girl had on one, and it was so short, and she had a thong underneath that when she turned around, all you seen were butt cheeks. So would it be okay for a man to come by and slap her on her butt because her butt cheeks was hanging out? Hey, peace, thank you. Or if she went to a nightclub and she had that outfit on. I seen a young lady that they showed a picture. Guys now are making all these shorts about how we dress. And she had on a thong, and it was supposed to be a skirt, but it was just the strings hanging down. You could see all her butt. Would it be okay if a man SA'd her because of the outfit she had on? Okay. She texted him and told him about the sores in her mouth because they had that 4-day freak off. And yes, but he paid her doctor bills because she had to go to his doctor. She couldn't even have her own private doctor. And then they were breaking all type of HIPAA laws. Now those people should be called in. The doctors who was writing all them fake prescriptions and the ones who was giving him her medical records. Because the doctors would let him know what was going on with her before they let her know because he paid the medical bills. So my thing is, what person in their right mind would want to suck dick for 4 days till you have sores in your mouth? What woman would want to do that? I can't think of one. Even a woman, if that's her job, she don't want to do that. I mean, why do women always get the bad end of the deal, even when they're the ones who are the real victims? Why is that? Why is it that in 2025, men and women still give women a bad rap when they are the victims the majority of the time? I'm not saying men are not victims. I'm not saying that. But they get, I mean, a woman can be raped. She can be SA'd, she can be beat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. She can be, I mean, so many things, and yet society will still turn around and swear it's a woman's fault. She didn't have a choice in doing the FOs. It wasn't like she wanted to. She told him no. He forced her to do it. That's why they're in court. I don't know who that was, Pam. Who knows? I mean, I have to wonder, would the same thing be said if that was Usher up there saying the stuff or Justin Bieber up there saying the stuff? Would the same things be said about them like it's being said about Cassie if it was the two of them up there saying it? Because for some reason, nobody wants to believe this young lady. She has to be, tell me, where does she have the power in this relationship whatsoever? Where? Where was the power at? He was bigger than her. He had more money than her. He had more power than her. He was older than her. He had more life experience than her. So tell me, how is it that she could force him to do stuff I, they're building their case. You know, they got to build it too, because this isn't even about the abuse. All this stuff is foundational stuff. They're building it up to be a RICO. That's why they're doing it in layers, so they can show how, like the assistant, he was buying stuff for the FOs, but he was buying it with the company money. He was buying drugs with the guy, what they call the guy that was, they call one stop, because he was the one stop drug dealer, and you could get everything with him. He was going to buy stuff like that with the company money. This is how they're building up the RICO, because the assistant was an employee of Bad Boys, and then he was using the money from Bad Boys to go buy stuff that wasn't business related. Thank you. And you even have some of the male workers that were saying that she was blowed out her mind sometimes. Even the assistant came in and he noticed that because he was the assistant, he knew how she even slept. That she was sleeping or knocked out when he came in to bring something to Diddy. They're just building their case layer by layer by layer. So, I mean, the girl just got off of drugs in 2022. She had an opiate addiction up until then. Even when she married her husband and had her first, might have been both children, definitely the first one, she still had a drug addiction. Hell, if it was Cassie, how come when they picked his butt up in New York and put him in federal prison, they found Tucci, they found bottles and bottles of baby oil, they find the Astroglide? I had never heard of that. I guess it must be some type of lubricant. Bottles of that. They found all types of pills and drugs and all this other stuff that he had. The hotel room was a hot button mess from him doing FOs right there in New York when he was up there trying to kind of persuade people not to go and testify against him. So, was it her or was it him? Because he wasn't with her no more. She married and had children on her third baby, and he's still doing the same old foolishness that he was doing with her. What do you mean it is, Miss Deb? It's been around for a long time. What are you talking about, Recessionista? I mean, people are not looking at the fact that he has some issues. And it's not even what he likes to do sexually. I couldn't give a rip about this man and the baby oil and the Astroglide and the Tucci and all that stuff if he was doing it with people who gave total consent. Oh my gosh, ma'am, have you really been up on what's going on? He signed that young lady to a 10 record deal. She was with him 10 to 11 years and only got one record deal. You tell me, what album Young Miami got out? He signs a lot of people to record deals. Most of the people he signed, he does one record with them, one album with them, and then he just lets you hang on and he move on to the next artist. Every one of his artists will tell you that he stole money from them. He didn't complete the deals like he had them signed. I mean, every last one of them he did wrong. So she was no different. Young Miami ain't got nothing that nobody else got. She was getting the same shit everybody else was gonna get. Nothing but a hard time. She made enough music for all 10 albums, but he only released one. Why is that? he never planned on making her an artist. In his mind, he already had a plan for her, and it wasn't a singer. Right now, if they made him give her all the music that she made, she probably has enough for probably more than 10 albums. He did that with a lot of the artists. They'll tell you that. That he didn't do what he said he was going to do for them. That's his way of wooing you in. Okay. She was on Revolt. How many of y'all watched that show? I ain't never seen it. And technically, he didn't really own Revolt. He didn't really own a lot of stuff that people thought he owned. They used his name and stuff. He had some ownership of it, but it wasn't his totally. And Carisha had only been with him for about a year. Even Cassie said the first year and a half, he love bombed her. So Carisha might have still been in the wooing stage. But then she also claimed she's a freak and she likes stuff like that. So if she was a willing participant and that's what she liked, there ain't no problem. It's not a problem if you're a grown adult and that's what you want to do. Hey, if she was willing to trade off what she was doing for him for a record deal, hey, that's between him and her. As long as she was a willing participant, I ain't got no problem with that. You don't see her up there at the courthouse either. The issue comes in is the day that she says, no, I don't want to do it, and he's trying to force her to do it. That's the part people are like they don't understand. It don't matter what you signed, what he promised you, or any of that. As long as it's a consenting adults and not children and not forced. If you want to jump off the chandeliers, grease down in baby oil, sliding across sheets on the floor, whatever, that's on you. But the day you say you don't want to do it no more, the other person doesn't have the right to force you to. Thank you, Tashana. Because she still didn't get what she was supposed to get. Hey, I didn't even hear the first song until recently. I didn't particularly care for it. I'm not saying she was an artist that I would have listened to. But there's a lot of people that he did music for that I didn't listen to. So, I mean, but I'm just one person. So, I mean, I wouldn't listen to her now. But she still should have had the right to put the music out there. I heard that one song. It was okay. I wouldn't have bought it back in the day. But that's just me. All I'm saying is, she should have had the right. If he promised her 10 albums, she should have been able to do 10 albums and seen how it worked. Maybe he should have did the first 3 and seen how it went, and maybe said, hey, first 3 didn't do good, so we're not going to be able to do the other 7. Thank you, Lovecraft. And thank you. And that's another power differential. He was the boss and she was the employee. And when she came to him, she had a boyfriend. He the one kissing, forcing himself on her. And she pretty much went along. She said she didn't even find him attractive. She didn't like him like that. She only did it because she thought that for her to be able to keep the record deal she had signed, she had to play along with him, not knowing that it was going to go as far as it went. In your Dodge Neon, huh? I'm sorry. She's just one person in the picture, but there are thousands of people that this man has done wrong. So I don't know why people are just hyper focused on just her. You have had two assistants come in and talk about how dirty he was. You have had the sex workers come in and talk about their situation with him. Okay, come on. How many of you all are in relationships that you would honestly say that the person that you're with, male or female, would sit in a corner butt naked and watch you have sex with a stranger? Not just one in a day, it might be 3 or 4 in a day. And over a 4-day period, you might have sex with 10 or 12 or 13. And you're getting them from Craigslist, the back page. You're getting people from just anywhere and everywhere. 2 of the guys was on the show Gigolos that was on Showtime. But you're mature enough now to be able to see that that person's moving shady. I don't know if I would have known that he was moving shady when I was 19 or 20. I didn't have the maturity level. I didn't have the experience of the music business like she didn't. She knew a little bit of it because she had just started out in it. But she didn't know enough of it to know that these people were doing some of all the stuff they were doing. Hell, I'm just finding out they doing some of all the stuff that they doing. When I listen to music, I wasn't thinking about that maybe these people was in the studio having to give up their booty to make this song. Who thinks like that? So my thing is, you got to have the maturity and the know-how. I mean, most of us who are over 50 now would probably say we would be able to peep out a freaky freak like Diddy. But in what situation would you have to be able to see that? Would you see it if you're going to a business lunch? Or would you see it more if you was going to a house get together? I mean, come on. People show you different faces all the time depending on the situation. We can all say what we would do, but you got to be put in the situation first to know what you're going to do. Child. Now, I do have to say this, Pam. Kanye had some good songs out. His music, Diddy didn't have. Diddy was one of those people that could pick people and put the right people together to make good music. He himself was not talented. But now Kanye does have some talent. His old stuff, he has some good songs. Y'all can't take that away from his crazy, but he has some good music. No, at 19 I was not. No, I was not, ma'am. I surely was not. I didn't even know half of what this man, what we talking about now. I didn't even know nothing about that kind of stuff at 19. Surely didn't. Oh, of course I have, Peaches. Hell, I just got out of a bad one. I stayed in my marriage for 18 years too long. Thank you, Tashana. At 19, the stuff that I'm hearing about this man now, I would have never had a clue. I didn't know nothing about no golden showers. I didn't know nothing about the baby. Oh, well, I knew about the baby oil. The Astroglide, the Tucci, and all. I didn't do drugs. At 19, I might have gotten high on weed one time. I had drank a little bit. I think I had had sex with one guy. I was very naive. So yeah, he'd have had me out there strung out like Cassie. Because I'd have been afraid that he was going to, he definitely could have got me with the violence. I ain't never had that. And thinking that he's going to do harm to my family, yeah. Okay, but see, there goes the show. You grew up in a different way than I grew up. I didn't know nothing about no pimp. I'm trying to think, did I even know what a pimp was at 19? Probably the pimp that was like on Starsky and Hutch. I mean, you got to think about how you were raised. I was a military brat. My mother was very conservative, Southern. We didn't talk about sex. You were told you had to wait till you got married. I mean, you didn't get a sex talk. So, all my sex education came from when I went into the military at 19. So, yeah, I ain't know nothing. So, hell, a pimp could have rolled up on me. I did meet a pimp one time. I did know enough that I didn't want to be bought and sold. So I wasn't going to just talk to strange men. But yeah. Oh, I'm drinking. But I mean, but that is a good conversation because we all have to look at our own background and where we came from and what we would have known. There may be a group of us who came from a background where they like I didn't even see people get high until I, was in high school and seeing the kids at school get high. I seen people drink because my parents drink. But my thing is, if you're not raised in an environment where you see that kind of stuff, you don't know. You only know what you know. You see what I'm saying? So my thing is, we can't knock somebody from not knowing, for being naive, for being a novice. You gain more experience as you live. The longer you live, the more experience you have. But it's not like my mother was sitting down giving us conversations about drugs or even somebody putting, stuff in your drinks or, meeting bad men, liars, manipulators, sexual predators. None of that was being talked about. I'm 62. None of that was being talked about. And I can guarantee that even in over the households now, the parents are not talking to their children about all those things that are prevalent out here in the world right now. Having this trial will be a good time for a lot of people to sit their young teens down and have open dialogue about stuff like that. But are they going to do it? No. You learn from your peers, and my peers were dumber than I was. I might have been the peer that knew the most, and I didn't know nothing. Heck, my girlfriends were still telling me that the first time they had sex, they saw firecrackers and all this stuff. That was bullshit. Wasn't no firecrackers. I don't know, unless y'all done saw some, but there wasn't none in my background. All right, Beverly, thank you for dropping in. Have a good Memorial Day weekend. For those of you who are working, does everybody have Monday off? Y'all need to get me some more ice. So, talk amongst yourselves while, and let me say this. I hope y'all don't ever get offended by my opinions because y'all can tell I might have been naive and dumb in my younger days, but life has taught me a lot. And I'm very opinionated. I'm strong. I have a strong personality. And I love to debate. I could debate all day. So don't get offended if I don't agree with you. I'm not knocking what you believe in and what your thoughts are. I think that people don't have good, healthy conversations anymore where they can share their thoughts and opinions. I'm not down on you, just like with Beverly. Me and Beverly don't have to agree. on what she believes, because she's going to believe what she believes, and I'm going to believe what I believe. But it's good to be able to have good, healthy dialogue with people who don't always agree with stuff. I mean, isn't it okay to agree to disagree? I mean, I hope that you guys feel like you can come over here and say what you want to say, and I'm not going to knock you down for what you want. I may disagree with you, but I ain't going to tell you that you can't believe that. And you don't have to believe what I believe. I think R. Kelly is another one that was a victim of his childhood. I think that had he been raised in a different environment, he may not have gone the way he went. But when you hear his backstory, I can see how he ended up where he's at. Even though he's a gifted man, and I guarantee you, if he got out tomorrow, he probably got a suitcase full of songs just from the time that he's been in there. But it's hard to pull the weeds out of you when you were cultivated in a yard full of weeds. You know what I'm saying? Hi, Michelle. He's a victim of his own life. Who was there to tell him what he was doing was wrong? He had the man upstairs SAing him. He had a sister in the house SAing him. I mean, that was pretty much his childhood. So now you become a young man with money, and that's what you know, so that's what you do. And everybody around you is going to agree with you because you either paying them or they want some of your money. Right? So who's disagreeing with you? That's just like now. If any one of us woke up tomorrow and won the lottery and won, let's say, $450 million, how many people in your family and friends who may not talk to you now because they mad at you about something, but as soon as they found out you won all that money, may have a change of heart and they're calling you up and they may be apologizing or they want to talk to you or whatever the case may be. Y'all, I need to get me some ice. I'll be right back. Move, Parker. Please. Move. I'm reading this t-shirt. What you running for? Okay. How come I don't see? Did I freeze up? Oh, okay. Um, what y'all talking about? What did I miss? Okay, so on a lighter note, last weekend, I think I told you guys that I'm helping a friend of mine, sister, with her wedding. Well, I was just supposed to be in the wedding, but now I have become sort of like the surrogate, or somehow I got voted to be the wedding coordinator. So we had our first meeting last Saturday, and I guess we talked about the wedding for maybe about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then we were listening to old music and drinking wine and whatever else they were drinking. And Deborah decided that she had new knees. I must have danced, oh my gosh, I must have danced for probably about 2 or 3 hours. Ooh-wee, I could barely make it up and down the stairs this week. My knees just started feeling better, and we going to go look for wedding dresses tomorrow. And she's like, oh, we could just come hang out at my house afterwards. I'm like, baby, I don't know who I thought knees I had, but I did have a good time. Yeah, there's a lot to a wedding. I had thought about being a wedding planner at one time. There's a lot to it. And this wedding is in July. And she ain't got a dress yet. So, I think I sent her like 7 pictures today, 7 or 8, of what she described that she wanted, to see if she liked any of them. I hadn't even heard from her, so I hope she looked at them. But yeah. As a matter of fact, we were supposed to get together at 3:30. I didn't get there at 4:30. But then I didn't get home till midnight either. So that was a mighty long time to go to be talking about planning a wedding. Like I said, most of the time was not on the planning. Yeah, if I ever get married again, I would get married like September, October. Alright, Lovecraft. And like I told her, she wants to get married at 3 o'clock in July in South Carolina. I was like, ma'am, you must want everybody in the wedding party to be melted and passing out, because the women may be able to halfway get away with it depending on the type of dress we pick, but the men in tuxes outside, I was like, can we push it back to at least 5? Because it's hot as the dickens. That is like our hot. August is hot, but July is hot too. I'm thinking at 3 o'clock, 100 degrees, no ma'am. I had a wedding. You know what I would like, Peaches? I would like an evening ceremony with the lights, maybe a little sophisticated. I was looking at something like a burnt cranberry type of color. You know, something sophisticated, something simple, but elegant. And call it a day. Thank you. And I told her, you're still going to have to take pictures after the ceremony. The wedding party is going to be taking pictures. I got married in July, but you know what time we got married? I wanted to do it at 6 o'clock in the morning, but our pastor said no, she wasn't going to be there that early. But we actually got married like at about 7:30, 8 o'clock on a Sunday morning. We had a morning wedding. Our reception was breakfast food. We did all the stuff, and then we went to church and gave thanks to the Lord. You would think that would make a successful wedding, a marriage, but it did not. Yeah, we didn't have a lot of people. And then when I looked at her and her, now mind you, this couple were married and they got divorced and they're getting remarried. So I'm trying to figure out, why are y'all overdoing it this time? But hey, it's their wedding. I'm happy for them. But I was like, how many people do you have coming? They're talking about 100 people. And we're doing it in her backyard. She has a beautiful backyard. It is the perfect place to get married. But I'm like, 100 people in that backyard, it ain't gonna work. Mm-mm. I was like, we need to cut the wedding guest list down. Now, November is a good month. And I was just like, because a lot of times when we think about getting married, we get all excited and we want to invite everybody in the world. But I'm like, this is a special day for the two of you. So invite the people who are supportive of what you're doing. You don't have to impress nobody else. Invite close friends and family. Because you're footing the bill. So you're going to feed 100 people, give 100 people food and drinks and all that stuff. Child cheese. Oh, Pam, yours is a lot. How about she has 12? She had 6 bridesmaids and 6 groomsmen. And I'm just like, and that's not including the flower girl and the ring bearer. And then the 2 of them. So that's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then the pastor. And I was like, no ma'am. Because I was one of the people in the wedding party. And I was like, well, I can't do both. I cannot make sure everything is running smoothly like it's supposed to be and then still be trying to be in the wedding party, because I did that at my sister's wedding and it was a hot mess. I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off because I was supposed to be over here taking pictures, but I'm trying to make sure that the people that's doing the food got everything done. The tables are set up right. It's just too much. So I was like, just take me out. Just do 5 and 5. So we're going to see. Because I told her, I was like, I know everybody wants to be in it because she has 3 sisters. And I know she wanted a couple of her granddaughters in there. And then she got the best friend. Oh, I forgot about the maid of honor. So really, it's still 6. And see, that's what I'm saying. People get mad about stuff like this. But my thing is, if I ain't talked to you in 2 years, do you need to be on the invite list? No, you don't. I'm sorry. Everybody want to come, but you ain't had nothing to say to me. Or for those who are saying, well, y'all was married already and got divorced, you're getting remarried. Do you need to pay for them people to eat and drink? No, you don't. So, it will be a long day tomorrow, I see. All I had at my wedding, we had, and it was supposed to be, I wanted a bohemian wedding. I wanted a flowing dress and sandals or no shoes, and he was going to wear linen, and I couldn't find the dress I wanted, and I ended up with a very beautiful wedding dress. But then we ended up with a more dressier ceremony. But all I had was my Parker. If you knock my camera, move your head. Move it. Move. I had the maid of honor. Let's see what you did. Now look. Why am I looking crazy on here? Probably Parker. You gonna make me hurt you. Move. Ugh. You done chewed up that in. Ugh. Okay, so yeah, I just had a maid of honor, and he had his best what they call the men's, his best man, and we had a flower girl, and we had a ring bearer, and that was it. Then that way we didn't have to. Well, he was the only child, so there was no sisters or anybody. He didn't really have a whole lot of people on his side. So, yeah, thank you. They just want to come eat and drink for free. So, and that's what I told her. I was like, you going to foot the bill for all these people to come and eat and drink for free? No, ma'am. Half of them ain't even going to bring a gift. This is your day. All that matters is that y'all get married and y'all have a good day. So, I pray that it goes well since I'm putting my name out here now. Oh, I think we should whittle it down to 50 people. But I'm going to see what they say tomorrow. I'm going to see what they say. Because I think her family might be bigger than his family. And I think that's where the fly in the ointment going to come in at. Is on her side. What you doing to your hair, Scorpio mama? And it's expensive. That's what I'm telling you. Because I have been... But you know what's gone down? You can get a nice wedding dress nowadays for little or nothing. Okay, me and this this rolled up top is having a day. Your biggest expense is gonna be the alcohol and the food, but even renting stuff, because she had went and looked at one place and they were just giving her like 12 tables. She didn't even say they had priced the chairs. The wedding arch. It might have been the chairs too. Almost $1,000. And I was like, hold on, wait. Let me go out here and do some pricing. And so I found a place where we can get the tables, round tables for everybody to sit, 100 chairs, the tables for the food, the DJ, where we're going to have the bar, a table for the prince, for people to sign the wedding book, a dessert table, and where the cake is, and then the DJ. And so my stepson, he's a DJ in Atlanta. That's what he does. And so I messaged him. He's going to come up here and he's going to do it for me at a good price. And then I volunteered my son, because she only had one person. Why is my picture looking all crazy on my TV? To bartend, so I volunteered my son to bartend too. I was like, it's in the backyard. We're not trying to do margaritas and sex on the beach and all that. You get a beer, some wine, some liquor, and a chaser, and go on to sit down somewhere. I'm wedding coordinator for my friend's wedding. And I was saying all that to say, because tomorrow we go dress shopping, I thought I would film some of it. Let y'all see, just in case somebody out there is thinking married, let y'all see what type of wedding dresses are out there, and the prices and all that. I thought I might go ahead and vlog it since I'm doing it. And hopefully I would have lost some more weight. I tell y'all what, I've been doing my squats and my push-up. Maybe that's why my boobs is looking bigger, because I've been doing the stuff for the boobs to lift them up. And girl is getting it tight. She's getting it tight. Maybe by then, she may not worked it out. And my girlfriend, the one I'm doing the wedding for, she's like, oh, my husband has some really, or soon to be husband, some really handsome men on his side of the family and stuff. I'm going to introduce you to some. I'm like, girl, the last one was nice looking, and we seen what happened with that. Let me tell y'all something. I was looking at wedding dresses with the long flowing. I'm seeing these dresses for $250, $495 and less. I paid $150 for mine. I was smaller, but it was it went around the neck, and then you know how it goes around the neck, but it goes in like this, but it goes around the neck, and it was beaded all the way down, but it was straight, and it flared out a little bit at the bottom, and then I had a really long train that came off the back. It was a beautiful dress. $150. I think I paid that much to get it altered because it was a little big. It is in July 26th, which is kind of funny because I got married July 27th. My ex's birthday was the 23rd. Oh, Speaking of birthdays, happy birthday to my nephew. He turned 22 today. He got a mustache. He looks so funny. My sister kids look so young. Um, I work late, so I didn't go to dinner. I'm just gonna drop him off some money tomorrow. But he looks so funny with his little mustache. He turned 22 today. So happy birthday. Yeah, I paid $150, and like I said, it cost me that much to get it altered because it had it was beaded and laced all the way down. Mine connected on the back, and it flowed out. It didn't have any. It was just chiffon because my son carried it. That's what she wants. She wants a strapless with the deep V in the back with the mermaid bottom. But I found some that were beautiful that I think would look really good on her. My sister had, when we went to get hers, she had strapless, but she was so top heavy that we had to get it. I think we got it without the beads or something because it just made it look like her walking down the aisle. All you was gonna see was boobs. But they have good prices on dresses nowadays compared to back in the day when I got married. I was just like, oh my gosh, I couldn't believe how inexpensive they are. But I think I would wear a dark cranberry, get rid of this gut, and I want like a slip wedding gown with the skinny straps, very plain, but I wanted a dark cranberry, like a blood wine type color with maybe silver accessories and maybe a little tiara. That's what I said to her last weekend, Tashana. I mean, Lovecraft. We got 2 months and you ain't got a dress yet. So hopefully, I'm praying that we find something tomorrow that she likes. And maybe we can go out Monday and look too. Hey, they're still in style now. The mermaid at the bottom, those are still in style. A girl that I work with, she did her wedding. It was red, white, and black, and she wore a red wedding dress. It was beautiful. The marriage didn't last, but she had a beautiful wedding. Yeah, I'm praying that we find something. I'm hoping we find something and we just have to get it altered and we'll be done with it. I pray tomorrow we will find the perfect dress and be done with it. Her colors are like kind of like a turquoise blue, gold, and cream. I was looking at pictures of when my girlfriend got married years ago. She had us all in pastel colors. Oh my gosh. We looked a hot butt mess. Parker, what are you tearing up? Come here. What do you have? What are you tearing up over there? Is you doing something? Anything else y'all want to talk about? I done ran out of topics. I done got all, I done fussed enough about Diddy and the foolishness. Pink and burgundy. I had purple, I did cranberry, I did all the colors in purple kind of. It was like cranberry all the way down to lavender because I had my flower girl in lavender, my bridesmaid was in a dark cranberry, and then my bouquet had cranberries and fuchsias and all that in it. It was a beautiful wedding. We did it in our front yard. We had a beautiful front yard. But I did the majority, I did a lot of DIY. Just like with her wedding, we're going to do a lot of DIY. because it's just cheaper. I wouldn't do a bouquet this time if I got married. I always wanted to carry the calla lilies, so I would probably do 3 or 4 calla lilies with ribbons on it. But I have made a bouquet for me to keep and one to throw away. Oh, that's beautiful. Cream and black. I think a black wedding dress is so sexy, especially if you have an evening wedding. Oh, they're not sending people to El Salvador anymore. They just sent a plane load of people to someplace in over in Saudi Arabia area. I forgot the country they sent them to. Someplace over there in one of the Arab countries where they have fighting going on. I was like, this man don't care where he sent us. He just don't care. And you see, they just sent, and I had to say they're not discriminating because they just locked up a Danish man and sent him to Louisiana. And I think he got 5 kids with his wife. And he was going to do his final, whatever his final thing was for him to be a citizen. And they said some paperwork. Now, this man has been in the country for 20 years. And some of his paperwork was still messed up. And they put that man in one of the jails, prisons in Louisiana since April. He sent him to a war area, Pam, yeah. I was like, this man has lost his freaking mind. I guess he said, because see, El Salvador been having some issues ever since the people down there found out that the majority of them 250 they sent down there were not even criminals. The people have been having an issue with that. So even though the guy is a autocrat, well, I think that's what they call him, he's not a dictator. He done kind of backed up off of accepting people until they can show the paperwork showing that they really are criminals. So now I guess he said, well, we don't have to use your country, other country, because he even tried to make a deal with Africa to send people to Africa. Girl, I'm afraid to get on a plane. I am afraid to get on a plane. It used to be that flying was safer than driving, but you got more people driving this holiday weekend than they have in years because folks scared to get on planes. And yeah, I mean, it's crazy. They can't tell where the airplanes are in the sky. We're not doing that. We're not getting, no. I'll take my chances on the highway. At least I can see where the cars are. And I can't believe how bad our air traffic, I mean, as much money as it costs to fly, you mean to tell me they have not upgraded the systems for aircraft controllers now? I just can't believe it. That's what we're doing, Tashana. They'll all be in the what is it? It's not turquoise. I guess it is sort of a turquoise like color, but they'll all be in the same color, but they get to pick the style that fits their body, which I think is the best because everybody got different shapes. I hate when the bride wants to put everybody in the same dress and everybody don't look good in that style. I'm not getting on one because I need you to be able to know where all the planes are, when they're supposed to fly in and land and take off and all that. And if you don't have the equipment to tell you where everything is, I can't get up there and pay you all that money for me to maybe not make it to where I need to go. Nah, Nope. I bought groceries today and I did not buy that much. I bought 1 pack of ground beef. And it was the organic ground beef, but a little pack about that big. And my groceries were like $100. And like I said, I bought only one pack of meat because I wanted to make spaghetti. I mean, I just couldn't believe how much it cost. Well, I think that if someone invites you to be in their wedding and you say yes, then you're saying yes to what it is that the bride wants because it's her day. It's just one day, and if you can't go along with what the bride wants, then you should stay on the front end. And I don't want to be in the wedding. What did you say? You was tipsy, Tashana? Hey, Gigi. I think it's okay to say no that you don't want to be in someone's wedding. I mean, I think you should have the right to say no, right? All right, good people. I've had a lovely evening debating the whole Diddy stuff. I'll try to make the next live upbeat and happy. We won't have such a serious conversation. But I got a long day tomorrow, and I have had a long week. So I am going to go ahead and get off of here so I can have my wits about me and have all my ducks in a row when I meet them tomorrow. And I thank you all for being here with me and Mr. Parker for another live. And yeah, throw some topics in the chat or put it under one of the other videos and let me know what you want to talk about next time. Who knows? Since it's a 3-day weekend, I was supposed to go out of town and I didn't, so. Oh, well, he told them that they should eat the cost of the tariffs, and Walmart already said that they were not. They said they were going up on their prices, and that's what they're going to do. And if they let go of any more people, I guess we will all be checking our own groceries out because, Lord, no, the last time I was in there, they never have enough cashiers. The line for you checking out your own stuff is always all the way halfway across the store, so. Yeah. I'm going to need them to do better, but heck, I hardly ever go to Walmart anymore. Amazon is my friend. I get so much stuff from Amazon. Yeah. Alright, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and call it a night since I got a long day tomorrow. And maybe I'll come on Sunday since I don't have to work on Monday and see what you guys got going on. I was thinking about throwing some stuff on the grill. We'll see how the weather is. Love you guys very much. Thank you for being here in the live. Please thumbs up the live. And y'all do great on the comments. I just need y'all to thumbs up. And can you subscribe if you're in the bushes and you haven't subscribed? Please subscribe. That would be appreciated. And Tashana, when you going live again? I'll be missing your lives. I get to see your shorts and all that, but when are you going to go live again? Hi, Pearlmoy12. Because I never know when you go live. I want to get one of your lives. You know what time tomorrow? Daytime, evening? Maybe get some wise words from Charlie over there. And if y'all going through the mountains, please film going through the mountains. Them Kentucky mountains is scary. All right, guys. Have a wonderful weekend. If I don't see you, enjoy yourselves. Do something fun. Get outside. And for you guys that got the 50-degree weather, I am jealous. You can have some of this sunshine from down here. And yeah, me and Parker will talk to you guys later. Love you much. Mwah. Thanks for dropping in. Probably the afternoon. All right. I'll check for my notifications and see. Y'all be careful out there on the highways and byways. And one man's wish, if you're out there on the highways and byways driving this weekend, y'all know it's a holiday weekend, so be careful. There's going to be more of us out there in the cars agitating you truck drivers. So be on the lookout for us and be careful. All right. Tell Charlie we said be safe and we love him. And you guys have a good night. Bye.